If you've got like an Android, girls like won't speak to you. I thought Russia was like cold like all the time.
British girls or Russian girls?
If I saw my classmates, Russian classmates in the hallway, I would like turn my head away, like did this, and I looked up, and then
Really?
she was like, get up. She was like, вставай, вставай. Мне было 120-130 килограмм.
Really? Всем привет! Сейчас я буду брать интервью у британца, который приехал в Россию жить в Владивостоке. Я его знаю примерно столько же, сколько и вы. Сейчас узнаем немножко поближе. So, can you say something in Russian for my followers?
Something in Russian?
Yeah.
So, ну, меня зовут Колум, я живу в России уже 3 года. Я начал изучать русский язык 1,5 года, 2 года назад примерно. У меня русская семья по мальчике, папа поженился на русской. И вот почему я здесь.
Okay, so nice. And what are you studying for in FIFO?
I study sport management. So I'm going to become a trainer.
Oh, like fitness trainer?
Fitness trainer.
Why did you decide to get Russian education? I think we can skip this question.
I mean, I can answer.
Okay,
in England, I didn't do so well in school. I was in hospital when I was 15, 16 because I had problems with my back. So I missed a lot of lessons and exams. In England, we do school until you're 16 and then college until you're 18. I should have done 3 years at college, but I did 2. And everybody went to university, but I was stuck at college. So then the chance came to come here. So I thought I'm going to come to Vladivostok and study here instead of staying.
So unique story. How long are you going to stay here in Vladivostok, in Russia?
I've got at least 4 or 5 years left of my studying on campus.
У тебя осталось 5 years to finish.
Да.
So there are 7 years of your...
I'm on my first year.
Ah, really?
Yeah. Я перевелся. So, and then after that, I think specifically Vladivostok, there's a lot of opportunity for me here. So after studying, I think I plan to stay in Vladivostok because I mean, there's nobody from Europe here.
So in Vladivostok exactly, or maybe
I think Vladivostok
move to Moscow?
No. Because you know, in Moscow, there's plenty of people from Europe. There's plenty of, maybe not right now, but there's plenty of British people. I mean, it's helpful for me to be the only one here because there's much more opportunities for me.
Maybe there was some weird or funny station.
I think I wouldn't say Vladivostok is specifically difficult to live in. It was difficult when I couldn't speak Russian. I think actually Vladivostok is quite okay. Like transport is pretty good. There's a good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, I think so. In England, everything's late.
In St. Petersburg or in Moscow, the transport system is quite better. You should just meet Moscow, please.
Sure.
What differences between British and Russian people have you noticed? Maybe like Russian people are not too polite as British people?
I mean, you hear that a lot, that Russians aren't polite, but I think British people are just too polite. Like, we say thank you like 10 times, we say I'm sorry, like, even if we didn't do anything wrong, we still apologize. I think it's not that Russians are not polite. Russian people are much more direct, which is actually helpful, because when you need a direct answer, like a direct plan, like a concrete plan, it's much easier to do it with a Russian, because they'll just tell you. Yes. But with British people, like, with my friends, it could be quite difficult. To be honest, when I asked you to do the interview, you was like, oh, okay, let's do it. And I was like, maybe he is just polite. No, I'm happy to do this. And I was like, okay, can we wait or what? No, I'm happy to do this. I think other things, I mean, interactions, like I was on the bus recently and my bag hit like an old lady. And it wasn't my fault. It was like there's so many people on the bus, it's so busy. And I hit her. And then she like screamed at me. Oh my god! And something else happened where I was on my phone sitting down, and then an old lady just came up to me and she like did this, and I looked up and then she was like, "Get up!" She was like, "Wstawaj, wstawaj." I was like, "Okay." Like, but I mean, I was doing homework on my phone. Like, if I saw her standing, I would have stood up, but I didn't see her. Do you understand snobby? It's kind of like when you've got money and you just look down on people. Honestly, British people are like that. Like, for example, if you've got like an Android, like an Android phone in England, girls like won't speak to you. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, like really, girls won't speak to you.
What the fuck? Sorry.
I know. I don't know if I'll be here forever. I definitely love Vladivostok, but I don't know if I see it as a place to raise a family or anything like that. So I do plan on working here after studying to be a trainer, maybe get some practice as a trainer here. And keep teaching English, but I don't know, I don't necessarily want to go back to England, like my life now, you know.
Did you have any expectations like from Russia, from Russian people, and maybe it was like expectation versus reality or something?
I thought Russia was like cold like all the time, and especially in Vladivostok, in like when it's summer, this feels like a really tropical country. I was really surprised with how good the weather can get, but I was expecting the cold winters, and to be honest. My brother, before I came, he said, oh, just don't be like too nice to people, don't like smile on the bus and stuff. I took it to the extent of I wouldn't really say hello to like my teachers and stuff, because I thought they just don't say hello and stuff like that to each other. So so I took his advice like a bit too seriously, and I think it made me too shy. If I saw my classmates, Russian classmates in the hallway, I would like turn my head away or something, because in my head in my head I think like, oh, they don't want to speak to me.
So do you say hello now?
Yeah, I'm really friendly now. So like, now I know like how it works.
Okay, do you listen to Russian music?
No. When I came, I listened to Ralph E. Falk. They have the song Детство.
Детство.
Yeah.
Детство.
Yeah, and then you know Karol и Шут.
Yeah, of course.
So like some songs, but no, I don't listen to Russian songs.
Can you please? Yep.
These.
Callan's home. So fucking nice. Okay.
But most of it isn't mine.
Name 3 weird or unexpected facts about Russia that you have noticed, like maybe like.
Okay, unexpected is Russian families are much more hospitable, like гостеприимные, гораздо, than English. It's difficult for me to say because maybe they're too friendly with me because I'm like a foreigner and it's interesting for an English person to be here. The amount of people I met for the first time, and then they were like, oh, like come to our dacha and stuff like that, and they invite, and I mean the director of the university, I'm in really good relations with her.
Oh,
so
cool.
she's been here and I go
really?
yeah.
So do you teach English? You said that you teach, and how much is it? Because my friends asked like,
how much do I get paid?
Yeah.
It depends on the person, you know.
Like,
I explain to everybody like I don't know how to teach English, so like if all I'm offering is the chance to like speak with a native, you know.
Okay. Do you have girlfriend?
No, I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, but had you ever?
Yeah, I've had a Russian
British or Russian?
Yeah, I've had a Russian.
Russian, and how was it like?
My first Russian girlfriend, I was at the time I just was really lazy. I was really fat, if you can believe it. I was really fat.
Really?
Мне было 120-130 килограммов.
Really?
Да.
You're kidding me?
С детства я всегда был очень худым, очень.
And how did you like lose your weight?
Честно, очень легко. Очень
because
легко.
of sport, yep?
Очень быстро, очень легко, да. Мне совсем не было сложно.
You started speaking Russian?
Yeah, I don't know why. So at the time in my life, I was really lazy. I was really not attractive, you know. My behavior was like really strange. I thought I was like a star. I thought I was like cool or something like that.
So you broke up because of your weird behavior?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think I would have. I can see why we broke up.
Okay. Когда ты порвал с последней девушкой? When you broke up?
A week ago.
A week ago?
Yeah. You know, I think it's difficult to explain because.
Okay, 3.
No, but I it's difficult to explain because, like, who am I to judge a girl? You know, do you understand?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I know, but you don't. What's белка?
Oh my god, you scared me. I thought it was a spider or something.
No.
I think a girl I mean it's the same stuff that everybody says, you know.
Okay.
Someone who you can like relate with, somebody who can not necessarily speak English, like I don't care if they can speak English or not. I think just the usual stuff, you know. Everybody wants a girl who's like loyal, everybody wants a girl who's like has similar interests to them. Nothing like
nothing special, okay.
Nothing special.
I got it.
I mean I have like certain things in my head.
Okay.
But I feel like who am I to judge a girl, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm not like anything amazing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
British girls or Russian girls?
Russian girls. It's 100%. You know, British girls are really, like I was saying about the phone thing, like if you've got an Android, girls won't speak to you.
So, I don't know.
It's so like snobby, like it's like,
Yeah.
I only realize like Russians you don't care about, like you live like normally, like who cares what, can I swear? Like, who cares what fucking phone you've got? Like, and like, even like what shoes you've got. Something I've really noticed is that in Russia there's not as much, maybe it happens, but I just don't see it. But in Russia there's none of this like judging. Like in England, like everybody judges each other. Like, if you don't have the newest phone, if you've got like an old phone, like if you've got like an old pair of shoes, like girls won't run to get the bus. Like if they see a bus going away, like honestly, like I would love British girls and British boys to come and try and live in Russia, because I feel like, I mean, for me it was really difficult at first, but especially English girls, like they would just completely fold and collapse because they're so fucking stupid, to be honest.
Wow.
Like British girls really are like.
You hate them, I know.
I don't hate them. I mean, I've had British girlfriends. I mean, I can't speak for I know Russian girls. There can be strange Russian girls. But you know, Russian girls look after their bodies. I feel like in England we have this like fast foods everywhere. And, like British girls just like love going to like fast food.
To be honest, I think in Russia the most beautiful and like ухоженные girls ever.
Ухоженные.
Like beautiful, like.
I thought you said horny.
No.
Okay.
But who knows? But who knows? I think we finished our interview, so thank you that you were honestly honest.
I was honest.
Yeah.
Swedish and a French couple lived here before. Yeah.
I didn't get. I'm afraid that So, как ты думаешь, меня видно?
Ой, нет, на самом деле нет.
Класс. Круто.
So he met a girl here and they got married, actually. They got married last year.
Your brother, your father, who's next?
I guess me.